10 years ago, I vanished. No letter, no goodbye, just a backpack and a one-way ticket out of a house that never felt like home. My family didn't just betray me, they erased me. They traded my future to save their golden child. And now, after everything, they're back, circling around the billion-dollar empire I built from nothing, desperate for a share. You want to know what it really takes to rebuild a life from ashes? Stay with me. This is my truth. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe to Tales Between Time. And hey, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'd love to know your city or hometown. I was 18 when I realized I was invisible in my own home. In a small Georgia town, my life was a shadow beneath my older brother, Daniel. 4 years older, with that charm that could sell ice in July. Daniel was the star, the favorite, the center of every cheer. Me? I was Elena, the quiet one, the girl with straight A's, working double shifts at a barbecue joint, saving every tip for college. To my parents, Daniel could do no wrong. When he was 15, he got a shiny new Jeep. When I turned 15, I inherited Dad's rusty bike, the tires flat, the chain squeaking. His soccer games were family crusades. Mom and Dad yelling from the sidelines like he was World Cup material. My academic awards? Barely a pat on the back while Dad scrolled Daniel's Snapchat. But it wasn't the gifts or attention that broke me, it was the excuses. Daniel cut class, stole beer, even got caught vaping at school. He's just spirited, Mom would coo. Boys test limits, Dad muttered, signing another check to cover up the chaos. Me? I left dishes in the sink once, lost my phone for 2 weeks. By high school, Daniel was reckless beyond repair, spray-painted crude slogans across the town library, bragged about it on TikTok. It cost Mom $13,000 to hush it up. Then came the bonfire. While my parents were away at a funeral, Daniel threw a wild party. Cops came, teens passed out on our lawn, a neighbor's shed burned down. Another $19,000 vanished. Daniel wasn't grounded, not even once. Meanwhile, I worked myself to the bone, nights scrubbing dishes until my hands cracked, dreaming of an engineering degree. My lifeline was my Aunt Claire. She'd left me a $20,000 savings account, her way of making sure I had a shot at freedom. Paired with scholarships, it was enough for college, enough for escape. Then came the betrayal. It was April of my senior year. I had just been accepted into college. Half-ride scholarship, my name in bold print. Proof that my dream was real. I came home from work that night, apron still tied, to find Mom, Dad, and Daniel waiting in the kitchen. The air reeked of burnt toast and tension. Daniel looked pale and twitchy. His fourth drug bust, this time dealing at a gas station. Felony charges. Prison. We need to talk, Dad said, voice heavy. The lawyer's fee is $25,000, Mom whispered. We don't have it. My chest tightened. I prayed I was wrong, but then Dad looked at me, not quite meeting my eyes. Your savings, he said. Just for now. We'll pay it back. Daniel slumped, muttering, Come on, sis. You're smart. You'll figure school out. I shook my head, voice trembling. No. That's my future. Mom's face twisted. How can you be so heartless? Your brother needs you. Dad shrugged, cold. You'll manage. You always do. The next morning, my account was empty. Aunt Claire's sacrifice, gone. My years of saving, gone. My dream, shattered. That night, I packed a single backpack and left. I didn't even say goodbye. Daniel, scrolling on his phone, barely noticed as I slipped out. Miami was my beginning, and my battlefield. I lived in a rattling $600 car, slept on couches that smelled of mildew, took jobs that broke me, line cook, bike courier, valet for kids who tipped in coins. But at night, in the library, I taught myself to code. Fingers numb, eyes burning, I devoured free tutorials, CSS, Java, Python, anything I could get my hands on. 9 months later, I landed a tech support job at a startup. $30,000 a year felt like fortune. When their programmer quit, I stepped in. I lived at that office, eating, breathing, coding. By 20, I was head of tech for a 40-person company. The startup failed. But I didn't. I moved on, sharper, hungrier. By 23, I spotted an opening in the market. Remote teams needed better tools. I quit my job, lived on instant noodles, and built Syncora, a platform for coding, project tracking, and real-time teamwork. At first, it was clunky, but it worked. Within a month, 500 users. 6 months, 7,000. Then the pandemic hit. Syncora exploded to 260,000 users. Investors lined up. Within 2 years, my company was worth 700 million. Me, the girl once forgotten, was now worth 300 million on paper. Then came the ghosts of my past. My assistant knocked. Elena, your parents are here. I froze. It had been 9 years of silence, but they'd seen the headlines. Forbes 30 under 30. The runaway who rewrote remote work. And now, they wanted in. They shuffled into my office, looking small against the marble floors and glass walls. Mom's thrift store blouse, Dad's limp from an old accident, Daniel's bloodshot eyes. We're so proud of you, Mom said, voice trembling. Proud? I laughed, sharp. You forgot I existed until you saw my name in Forbes. We searched for you, Dad stammered. For 3 months, I snapped. That's less effort than you spent saving Daniel. Daniel smirked. Come on, sis, we're family. Let's fix this. I leaned forward. Fix or cash out? What's the price tag this time? They went quiet. Then Dad muttered, 1 million. Hospital bills, the mortgage, Daniel's charges. I let out a cold laugh. $25,000 was my world at 18. You stole it, and now you want $1 million? Mom wept. We love you. We made mistakes, but we love you. Love? I said. You love Daniel's wreckage more than my future. Now you want my empire. No. Daniel snapped. You're a cold-hearted witch. I stood. No, I'm the girl who built from nothing, who coded in a library at 2 a.m. while you destroyed everything handed to you. I don't owe you anything. I told them to leave. Today, Daniel is back in jail. Dad is drowning in debt. Mom still emails me. Please, help us. Emails I delete unread. Cousins call me cruel, but they never saw me starving in a car, fighting to survive. I've learned this. Family isn't blood. Family is who values you, who stands by you, and sometimes. Family is the one you build. To anyone out there cutting ties to save yourself, know this. You are not heartless. You are surviving. And I wish you nothing but strength and love on your journey. If this story touched you, subscribe to Tales Between Time. Let's keep sharing truths that deserve to be heard.